Welcome to this explainer. If you're prepping for the Leaving Cert English Ordinary Level exam, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're bringing you a definitive step-by-step playbook for absolutely conquering the speech composition task. I'm honestly so excited to guide you through this because, you know what? Once you understand the formula, writing a speech goes from being this really stressful challenge to an absolute breeze. We're going to break down exactly what the examiner is looking for and give you the tools to walk into that exam hall feeling totally prepared.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with the basics, move into a foolproof planning method called TAPS, break down the 6-paragraph structure, and then look closely at how to craft a strong opening, persuasive body paragraphs, and a powerful conclusion.
Section 1. The basics. Before we write a single word, we need to talk about the stakes. The composing question is worth a massive 100 marks. Guys, that's 25% of your entire Leaving Cert English grade. Examiners are going to mark this using PCLM, which stands for Purpose, Coherence, Language, and Mechanics. They'll be looking for all 4 of those areas throughout your entire speech.
So, what exactly are we creating? Well, a speech is simply a piece of writing meant to be spoken aloud. That is the absolute key here. Your examiner should literally be able to hear your voice lifting right off the page. It shouldn't sound like a stiff, boring essay. Whether your purpose is to persuade, inform, argue, inspire, or entertain, your language just has to sound natural and directly targeted at the people who are supposedly listening to you.
Now, let's anchor ourselves in the reality of the exam environment. You have exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes for this task. So how do we divide that up? You must spend the first 10 minutes planning. I really cannot stress this enough. That 10-minute planning phase is completely non-negotiable. Once your plan is totally locked in, you then spend the remaining 1 hour actually writing the speech.
During that 1 hour of writing, what's your visual goal? You're aiming for 3 to 5 pages of writing. For an ordinary level speech, 3 pages is your absolute minimum target, which usually works out to about 6 to 7 paragraphs. Having this concrete, visual number in your head prevents you from running out of steam too early, or, on the flip side, rambling on until you completely run out of time.
Section 2. Planning with TAPS. Let's look at how to spend those 10 sacred minutes to guarantee a really high score in coherence.
Now, what's really interesting here is how all your planning simplifies into 4 easy letters. TAPS. This is your ultimate pre-writing checklist. T is for tone. Are you going to be serious, humorous, or formal? A is for audience. Who exactly are you speaking to? P is for purpose. Are you arguing a point, or maybe motivating your classmates? And S is for structure, mapping out your main points. Seriously, write TAPS at the top of your page during this first 10 minutes and just fill it out.
Section 3. The 6-paragraph structure. Let's check out a predictable framework that turns a totally blank page into a finished speech.
We call this the rule of 6. Now, while you might end up writing 7 paragraphs, aiming for a 6-paragraph structure keeps you incredibly focused. Paragraph 1 is your introduction. Its only job is to grab attention. Paragraphs 2 through 5 are your body paragraphs, and each one needs exactly one clear point. Finally, paragraph 6 is your conclusion, where you summarize everything and demand action.
Section 4, a strong opening. Here's exactly how you grab the examiner's attention from your very first sentence.
Right. Before anything else, you absolutely must greet your audience properly based on the question prompt. Say something like, "Good morning, teachers and fellow students," or "Honored judges." Once you've done that, you need a hook. Ask a rhetorical question that makes them think, share a surprising fact or statistic, tell a short personal anecdote, or just make a really bold statement. But whatever you do, never ever start with, "My name is John and I am here to talk about." That is just boring. Hit them with something exciting.
Let's look at this excerpt from a sample speech arguing that humans actually do learn from their mistakes. Check out this opening. We have all made mistakes, every single one of us. It's brilliant, right? It's a short, highly relatable anecdote that instantly connects with the audience's real-life experiences right out of the gate. Plus, it uses inclusive language immediately, which really draws the listener in.
Section 5. Persuasive body paragraphs. Welcome to the actual engine room of your speech.
So the crucial takeaway here is this golden rule: strictly one main idea per body paragraph. If you try to cram 3 different ideas into a single paragraph, your listener is going to get confused, and your coherence mark will definitely drop. Make your one clear point, and then back it up. Support it with a real-world example, a brief explanation, a relevant fact, or a solid quote.
To make those body paragraphs really sing, you need to use your rhetorical toolkit. This is what transforms a basic, flat essay into a dynamic, spoken word performance. Use inclusive language constantly. Words like we and us involve the audience. Ask rhetorical questions. Use repetition to really hammer your point home, and use emotive language to make them feel something. Don't just say something is a problem, call it a crisis.
Look at how effectively our sample speech uses these exact tools. Human beings make mistakes, yes, but we also reflect, adapt, and change. Utilizing short, punchy, dynamic sentences like this drives home a persuasive argument brilliantly. It sounds super confident. It honestly sounds like something a real leader would say standing in a podium.
Now here's an optional but incredibly effective technique for your body paragraphs. Briefly acknowledge the other side's argument, but then totally crush it with strong language. You've got to avoid weak phrasing like, in my opinion, or I kind of think that. No way. You are the authority here. Use forceful, confident words like we must. It is undeniable, and we need to act immediately. Command the space. Section 6. A powerful conclusion. Let's look at how to craft an ending they won't forget. Here is a super simple 3-step checklist for a flawless ending. Number 1, briefly summarize your main points. Number 2, leave the audience with a thought-provoking idea. And number 3, include a strong call to action. Tell your audience exactly what you want them to do next. Do you want them to vote, to recycle, to change their mindset? Just tell them. And of course, never forget to finish with a polite thank you for listening. A truly masterful technique to use in your conclusion is what's known as the circular ending. This is where you loop right back around and revisit the exact quote, personal anecdote, or statistic you used in your very first paragraph. It makes the whole speech feel completely satisfying and tied together. You can also drop a powerful, memorable slogan here. Think of Barack Obama's famous "Yes, we can." That kind of repetition creates a catchy, unforgettable message that echoes in the listener's mind long after you've stopped speaking.
Let's hear the conclusion from our sample speech about mistakes. To claim that humans never learn from mistakes is to ignore the powerful truth of human potential. For these reasons, I urge you to reject this motion. Thank you. Notice how strong and emotive that final statement is? It powerfully summarizes their whole stance, includes a super clear call to action to reject the motion, and thanks the audience. It's confident and it's complete.
As we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with one final provocative check. When you're writing, and especially when you're finishing up your draft, ask yourself, would this speech hold my attention if I were sitting in the audience? If you've used TAPS to plan, stuck to the 6-paragraph structure, used inclusive and emotive language, and finished with a strong call to action, the answer is going to be a resounding yes. You've got the playbook now. Go into that exam, plan your work, find your voice, and write a speech they will never forget.